Tale of the Ogress and the Carpenter's Son. Long ago, on a quiet hill, lived two brothers who worked as carpenters. They were simple men, earning their bread by shaping wood and mending the village folks' tools. Not far from their home grazed a herd of cows and calves, their most precious possessions. But one day, something strange began to happen. Every morning, a few cows would go missing. The brothers searched high and low, through the fields and into the forest, but they could not find a trace of them. What they did not know was that an ogress had come to the hillside. Every night, under the cover of darkness, she devoured cows and calves one by one. Then, one dreadful day, the ogress turned her hunger towards the brothers. She devoured the elder brother whole. When the younger brother discovered his brother missing, he was terrified. Without a second thought, he fled down the hill to save his own life. But the ogress was clever. She took the form of a beautiful woman, weeping bitterly as she followed him, crying, my husband, don't leave me alone." As fate would have it, a king who was out hunting heard her cries and stopped the fleeing man. "Why do you run from your wife like a coward?" the king demanded. The poor man trembled and said, "Your Majesty, she is no woman. She is a man-eater in disguise." The king laughed. "Haha, nonsense. She's far too lovely to be an ogress. If you don't want her, I'll take her." And so the king paid the man 1,000 rupees and brought the ogress back to his palace. The king soon became utterly infatuated with her. He built her a palace of her own and spent all his time with her, forgetting his two true wives. Now the youngest of the king's wives was pregnant. When her parents invited her home for the kubusa, or the blouse ceremony, the ogress insisted on accompanying her. At the ceremony, the ogress said slyly, "Isn't there a custom here of putting coal in the young woman's eyes?" "No, we have no such custom," her hosts replied. But she insisted and produced a small vial of black coal. Unknown to anyone, it was poisoned. She applied it to both the eyes of the pregnant queen and one eye of the elder one. By the time they returned to the palace, the young queen had gone completely blind, and the elder could see with only one eye. The ogress mocked the king. Would a great king live with two blind women stumbling around? Send them away. And the foolish king agreed. He banished his wives to the forest, where they survived on fruits, leaves, and whatever scraps travelers left behind. Under those trees, the young queen gave birth to a son. One day, an old hermit wandering through the forest found them. Hearing their tragic story, he took them to his hut and cared for them as his own. The boy grew strong and wise under the old man's guidance. Years later, when he visited the city, the Ogress Queen recognized him instantly as her stepson. Fearing he would destroy her, she pretended to be ill, wrapping her head with a cloth and groaning, my head is splitting apart." When the king asked how to cure her, she said, "Only my mother, who lives on the three-headed mountain, has the medicine that can heal me." A royal crier went throughout the city, calling for a brave soul to fetch the cure. Hearing this, the carpenter's son volunteered, despite his mother's pleas not to go. The Ogress Queen handed him a sealed letter addressed to her mother. It read, "This is my co-wife's son. Kill him." The boy set off on his long journey. Deep in the jungle, he grew weary and fell asleep under a banyan tree. At that moment, Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati were passing by. Curious, Parvati read the letter in his pocket. Realizing the danger, she tore it up and replaced it with another that said, "This is your grandson. Love him well." They also gave the boy 3 magical pebbles. They even taught him to fly. He soon reached the 3-headed mountain. There, the old ogress greeted him warmly, believing him to be her grandson. She fed him sweets and fruits and showed him a collection of magical ointments, one that blinded eyes and other that restored the sight. She even told him carelessly, "Your mother's life is safe inside this parrot." When she left the cave to hunt, the boy seized his chance. He took both ointments and the parrot and hurried home. Just then, word came that the king was on his way with the ogress. As the royal procession arrived, the boy appeared in the sky, holding the parrot high in his hands. He squeezed it gently and the ogress screamed, "Ow!" Her beauty melted away, revealing her true hideous form. As the boy twisted the parrot's neck, she fell from the king's elephant, shrieking, and died on the ground. When the truth was revealed, the king was stricken with guilt. He burned the ogress's body and begged forgiveness from his wife and son. From then on, he ruled wisely and lived in peace with his family. And so ended the tale of the carpenter's son, the boy who restored truth and light to a world blinded by deception.